For Storm Tracker weather with Chief Meteorologist Chikage Wendler.
All eyes on Sunday's winter storm. Here's my latest thinking on how much snow we could see. I've been looking at computer models all morning long, and honestly, I'm not going to make many adjustments to what I was thinking as of last night. So it's 10 o'clock on a Saturday morning, and here's what I'm expecting. Areas in blue, north of Austin, 1 to 3 inches of snow will be possible. It'll be slushy snow, not necessarily on the roads, but instead on grassy surfaces, on rooftops, and on shrubs, that kind of thing, just because surface temperatures may struggle to even get to freezing until after the precip moves out. Austin, you know what? I think you could see up to an inch of slushy accumulation. It'll be mostly rain and then turn to mix rain and snow, and possibly enough heavy precipitation coming down that snow actually tries to accumulate. And I have nudged that rain snow line a little farther to the south. So now Lockhart LaGrange points south is where I think the mostly rain area will be. So maybe even a bit a coating possible in northern sections of Caldwell and Fayette counties, and maybe even Bastrop and Giddings. So we'll keep you updated all along the way. This is going to be a little bit of a lengthy 7-day forecast update just because of how complicated everything is with the storm system on its way. First things first, we woke up to brilliant sunshine, a frosty morning. Now, starting to see some high clouds in advance of that next weather maker, which I've actually started to think that we could see our first rain showers as early as this evening after sunset. So I threw in a 20% chance for later on today. 44 degrees the temperature. Earlier we were down at 33 in Austin, 26 out at the airport. So today, high temperature about 54 as those clouds increase. Tomorrow, a winter weather alert day, 41 around sunrise, then falling into the 30s. A 100% chance that you see rain. I'm going to say a 50, maybe even 60% chance that we turn to snow, and some accumulation will be possible. So here we go. Right now, pretty quiet. We're just watching clouds advance. And south of the Rio Grande, a little bit of moisture. That could be the first rain showers that we start to see. In terms of the current watches, warnings, and advisories, we have winter storm warnings in New Mexico, winter weather advisories in the Panhandle, and the blue is a winter storm watch that extends through our 4 counties, Burnett, Williamson, Milam, and Lee, for the upcoming rain to snow event. Within that winter storm watch is where accumulations will likely be highest for our area. As mentioned, I think 1 to 3 inches, the farther north you go, the more likely we see slightly higher totals. So where is that storm system now? Honestly, it doesn't look all that impressive currently, but trust me, it's going to intensify. Upper level area of low pressure, that's our next weather maker, will continue sliding through the Four Corners region and then making its way into the Lone Star State. I think it's going to take a far enough south path that we do see it starting as rain, mixing with snow, bringing that snow accumulation, especially for areas north of Austin and perhaps even in Austin. Here's one computer model. It's a high resolution computer model. It won't show you a rain to snow mix, but instead just show you the actual precipitation starting pretty spotty this evening and continuing to progress. So our first slug of showers will come from southwest to northeast, but the actual snowfall that I'm anticipating will start off toward the northwest and push in as that upper level low approaches. So rainfall totals could be pretty impressive. This is through 5:30 in the afternoon tomorrow on Sunday, a ½ inch for Mason, an 1.25 inches for LaGrange. That said, not all of it will fall in liquid form. So let's take a closer look at that. Future clouds and radar. Here we are at 7:30 this evening with temperatures in the 40s and some spotty light rain showers already starting to infiltrate the area. We stay all rain through the overnight, possibly even seeing a couple of thunderstorms mix in. By daybreak tomorrow, I'm expecting temperatures to have already dropped into the 30s in the hill country. We may be flirting with a mix there as early as 6 a.m. 41 in Austin, 41 in LaGrange. Look how quick the changes come. By noon, we're down to 38 in Austin with a rain-snow mix. We're down to 34 in Burnett with snow falling. Georgetown, 35 with snow. And LaGrange, rain and thunderstorms at 37 degrees. So that rain-snow line will continue to progress farther to the south. The most likely snowfall accumulations by about 3:30 in the afternoon will be from Blanco to Round Mountain to Burnett to Georgetown to Rockdale, Mason, and Fredericksburg as well. And in Austin, we may see that light accumulation taking place. Then temperatures continue to hold perhaps just barely above freezing until evening when the bulk of the precipitation pushes out. And I'm expecting we'll start to see temperatures fall to freezing or below after midnight tomorrow night with just a couple of lingering snow showers or flurries. Now, this particular computer model is keeping Austin around 35 degrees first thing Monday. I'm going to drop it down to 32. I do think we'll see a freeze. So here's what I'm thinking in terms of rain, snow, and road conditions. Road conditions should be warm enough that we're only looking at slushy accumulations on grass and other surfaces. But if it comes down heavily enough, slushy driving can be difficult driving as well. And on any untreated bridges or overpasses, which freeze first, there might be some icy patches, especially on those less traveled roads, rural roads, for instance. Main highways, TxDOT's got you covered on that. They are already out pre-treating. Okay, so now let's take a look at bottle comparison. This is something I've been doing all week long just to kind of get a grip on trends between one computer model to another. Computer model number 1 brings the least snow to Austin, just 0.2 inches, just barely anything to count, but has up to 4.8 inches up toward Llano and 3.7 in Georgetown. I don't agree with computer model number 1. I think it's going to be a little farther south, that swath of snowfall. Computer model number 2 is actually my favorite. It has been very consistent now for 7 consecutive days, and I think that we could see between 1 to 3 inches of snow, especially just north of Austin, and up to around an inch of slushy accumulation in Austin, maybe even a little bit farther toward the south. Computer model number 3 has kind of been on again, off again. Right now, as of 10 a.m. on Saturday, it's giving a swath of 2 to 4 inches of snow from Mason to Burnet to Georgetown to Rockdale, maybe around an inch of snow for Austin. I think this is fairly reasonable. I wouldn't discount this possibility. Finally, the Snow MG computer model, which is computer model number 4, it has been putting out some ridiculous snowfall totals now for the last 24 hours or so. Currently, it's bringing the highest to Milam County in Rockdale with 10.3 inches. Last night, it was giving Georgetown 11 inches, and as you can see, it's giving Austin 5 inches. Could this happen? Probably not, but I did want to include it just to let you know that there is at least one computer model that is going for this storm big time. So we're back around full circle to the snow or no, and I still feel pretty confident about 1 to 3 inches north of Austin with the highest totals just north of there. I think areas into Bell County, McLennan County, Coryell County, there may be some pockets of 3 to 6 inches. Wouldn't shock me to see Waco drop a half a foot or more given this storm system. As far as the rainfall, less to the west, more to the east, it'll be beneficial area-wide. And just for a little tally, the freeze tracker now up to 17 at ABIA as a result of this morning's freeze. We've had 2 freezes officially at Camp Mabry. Okay, computer model number 1. We're just going to race through these really quick. Flirting with the freeze, it pushes through, and then we're dry by early Monday. That's the one that brings the heaviest snow to our north and barely even clips the Austin area. This is the one I am less impressed with, but it does bring some pretty good totals to Llano as well as Georgetown. Computer model number 2 is the one that I'm actually pretty confident in and pretty supportive of. Starts as rain, pushes to a quick mix, and then snowfall, everything out again before daybreak on Monday. With this, potentially could see some pockets of 4 to 5 plus inches, Abilene, Lubbock, and just north and west of our area. In Austin, maybe around an inch of slushy accumulation, and areas farther to the south, less. Areas farther to the north could see a decent 2 to 3 inch swath. So we will continue keeping you updated, I should say, on how this all develops. But at this point, my gut tells me that we are likely to see an accumulating snowfall across a good part of central Texas, including the CBS Austin area. Winter weather alert will be in effect throughout the day as we see that transition. I'll have more updates for you on Sunday morning. Avery Tomasco will have updates for you later on this evening on CBS Austin News. Take care and get ready for the snow.